Okay, hi, how are we going? So here we have what we're working on again. Today, I think what we'll do is we'll put around a transition part and then we'll head up into the second section, which is going to be a repeat here. And then what's going to happen is we're going to put in a balcony, and I think that's going to look good. So we're going to pull out our scaffolding so that we're not going to spend half our time going up and down and falling over, which I think is going to be probably a really good idea. Falling? No fun. No Lena. No, I haven't got that word down yet. No something. No good here. Okay, so basically what I figure is that we can take this and we can make it into basically a diamond type pattern. Like so, on each side. And we can turn it into basically something like that. So it has a little bit of end stone peeking out, and then have everything else peeking out. Boom, 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 like that. Then you come around back the other way. And then that gives you something good to deal with. As long as we can get back. Can we get back? Will you let us get back? Thank you. So we got something like that. Not entirely sure about that one. Let's just sneak down a little bit. Stick some stuff in. Or fall. Falling is good. I'm thinking that's a bit too... Oh, but we are only wanting just a little bit poking through. And this deep slate layer is going to be our next chunk, I think. I think that's good. We can also go and put some other chunks in. Although this was supposed to be a diamond-y thing. So if we break here and then here. Yeah. Let's do that. Today is the day for falling. The scaffolding has failed us. That's what's happened here. Scaffolding has failed us. So I ended up seeing the D&D movie, and I actually think that they used a lot of practical effects where modern movies have recently turned to what's it called? CGI, or it feels like practical effects. And I think it actually made the movie feel a bit better. Like, especially in areas like the Aarakocra. Forgot his name. Jason? Jonathan? James? Somebody or other. The dude that went through the window. There you go. Poor fella who went through the window. And that looks terrible right now. So let's go like that. I think that looks like a better shape. So now we just need to copy it twice. So if we have a double thing, and anywho, so for those of you that like D&D, there's like 1,000,001 Easter eggs like everywhere, and I think it made for a lot of fun pointing them out and being like, oh my goodness, Forgotten Realms lore. Lots of fun. But also, it kind of felt like a D&D campaign, like you were watching one. I think was definitely the way to handle it. That being said, if you still feel quite severely about the OGL and stuff, Open Gaming License, those who don't follow D&D, then I totally get if you don't want to watch it. But that being said, there are other ways to watch movies if you don't want to watch it in the cinemas. And that's technically valid. And I'd suggest watching it that way. Not that I would ever suggest such a thing. Possibly. Maybe. No. Oh. Okay, so now we got that funny arrow shape. Okay, so we got a... Wait, have we made it? Wait, that is 1, 1, 1, 1. Oh, yeah, we're good. We're good. For a minute there, I thought we made it wonky. That wouldn't be so great. Okay, so we got... Oh, okay. I'm not so sure about this. Because that is centered, and this won't be. And if we've got it centered on the circle, and these aren't centered, oh, okay. Ah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. We can do a completely different pattern going around the middle of the circle, and it will be absolutely perfect. Right? Here we go. That's where we're doing the point. One of those. And like, you had little things like intellect devourers. They're like little brain dogs. They're really cool. Popping up. They're real staples of D&D lore. And I didn't know I needed a chubby dragon in my life until that movie. But now I know I'm definitely having a chubby dragon in my next campaign because that thing was both menacing and adorable, and we need chubby dragons in D&D campaigns. Everyone needs chubby dragons. Chubby dragons for the win. And here we go. We got that right. Okay, we have definitely got to put a ring around the bottom to hide that transfer, because otherwise we're going to have problems later on. And there's also a really cool found family vibe to the movie. Like, everyone was like, oh yeah, we're tough, we don't need family. And then they all sort of came together as a found family, and they were like, oh, yeah, maybe we do need found family after all. Can we go rob the next place now? And it was so wholesome. Like, we need more movies like this. It was great. I don't think I'd definitely put it on my top 10 movies of the year. Although, and of course, putting in my least favorite moment, because there is always a least favorite moment, it would have to be the fishing out of... Oh wait, I suppose I'd just better put it's not really a spoiler. Like, it's not a plot point or anything. It's just a little random moment in the movie. Because they go, wait, what have we done here? What? Okay, we got one block. Then we come around and we got... What? What? Okay. We follow around, we follow around, we follow around. Okay, what is happening here? Beep, 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 beep. Much confusion. Okay. I think what we will need to do for this is we will need to put like a ring and see where everything connects, because this is confusing. We got 1, 2, and then an edge. Okay, right. Hello, chicken. And then 1, 2, and then an edge. Okay. Logical. Okay. 1, 2, and then... Oh, I see what we did there. We're going to end up somewhere funny again. Ah! Saw blades are out to get us. Okay, so what we've done wrong here is we've made this too high. Beg your pardon? Anywho. The found family vibes are strong in that movie. 10 out of 10. If you want a heist movie with strong found family vibes, I recommend this one. And would I see it in cinemas again? Yeah, see it in cinemas again. Yeah, it was like knowing what I know. Would I see it again for the first time in cinemas? Yeah, I think it was worth it to see it in cinemas. I'm not sure if I'd see it in cinemas twice, though. It was definitely worth it for the experience, but not worth it to pay the ticket price twice. And the popcorn. And the drinks. Because a movie is a whole experience. You need to go and see with popcorn and drinks and everything, because that's part of going to the movies. Or I think it is. For some people, I'm sure that they'd prefer to go and have like kale chips or something equally healthy. But that's a them problem. And that was the wrong button. Bum, bum, bum. There we go. Okay. That means that now we are actually on the right track. Yep. We are lining up. We are lining up. Right. Right. Wait, why are you one block higher than everything else around? Why? Why is this a thing? Okay, okay. Okay. And we missed. Okay, let's see what... Oh, okay. We've gone and put 2 blocks on top of that. Well, we don't have to worry about that then. We can come back and fix that up later. Or we can put another block on top of everything. And see which one looks better. And it's fine. Boom, 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 boom. And I'd love to know why I keep suffocating in a wall while I purl. Because I don't see other Endermen doing that. It's just me. Maybe it's because I keep smacking my face into stuff. Okay. So I'm really hoping with the whole high contrast thing going on with this build that it'll make the green stand out and look really cool. Because that's the whole point of this. And also with the whole layers, it'll make everything else really pop. Oh, and a munch. Because we like having food. Food is good. Food is good for you. Here we go. And how's our copper doing? We've replaced a whole bunch of it, so now we have about half a stack of cobble. This isn't cobble. It is copper. Okay. Now we should be able to go ahead and I'm thinking that right above where the top of the arrow thing is, we can put a line down. I think this should be where we put the next layer of stuff. Not there, not there, no. Because what we do with this is we go and we're going to be putting patterns along here. And I think what we'll do is we'll use slabs and just slabs because it'll look more fine. Thank you. We need every one of you pieces that we get because we are going to run out otherwise. Yep. And yeah, I think that's going to look pretty good. So I'm thinking that soon we should invest into making some gunpowder. And to do that, we're going to need... Did we get it? Oh. Darkness. To do that, we're going to need to organize to make a potion brewing factory. And what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to make a potion brewing create thing that brews the potions for us, goes ahead and lets us fall off ledges. Scaffolding for this? You know, a quick and easy way to get up and go places so that we didn't fall off buildings on a regular basis. You know, just casually. Maybe a bit more. Yeah, shall we, right? That seems about right. About bit logical. Being logical. How strange. There we go. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. Still the wrong height. And then, basically, when we brew the potions, we can slap that on to crushed up netherrack, which we can also do in the factory. And that turns the crushed up netherrack into gunpowder. That's it. That's what we want. So therefore, we get what we want when we want it and on demand, which means that we get all of the TNT. And what we can do is we can even have, what's it called? It's got a word. It's really got a word. Oh. Automatic sand generation as well. In the form of a cobblestone generator that turns the cobblestone into sand by crushing it up twice. Now we put a grindstone? No, that's the grindstone. Where is it? We put the cruncher. It turns these things into other things. These ones. Hello. Thing that's sharp and cutty. We lost the thing that's sharp and cutty. The thing that's sharp and cutty. It's over there. It's got a word and I forgot it. Okay. Not you. You. We need deep slate tile slabs. Thank you. Have a nice day. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. We'll adopt that. Tally-ho. So, basically, if we have a gunpowder factory, and I think we'll actually flavor it as a gunpowder factory as well. And we can have, like, smoke coming out of chimneys, and we can have all sorts of things happening. And while I consider having, like, bricks and, like, granite and stuff, like, that's a nice enough factory. We could also put it in this style with the black stone and stuff. And that would look really cool too. And we could adjust it so that it looks basically the same. Oh, just realized we don't have music. There we go. Now we have music. So we'll be able to go ahead and remember to actually put the rest of this in. And make a factory that looks like it's built in the same styles to all of this. And have it all factory-like with the square and blocky textures. With somewhat less detail than that building over in the corner there. and still look industrial. Because when you look at older industrial buildings, they still have windows because it was cheaper to put in windows than it was to actually have more lighting. So we can have great big lighting windows and have the light shining through and have everything look really cool that way. And I think that'll work. There. There. Oop. Oop. There we go. And then this is going to... I'm not entirely sure whether we want to extend the little hut down there up to all the way up here or not. Because on one hand, I don't think we really need to. On the other hand, find it look interesting? I'm not entirely sure. For now, it shall just stay closed. Open. Something? Oh well. We shall just have to see. So now, what we can do... Here. There we go. If we go ahead and we put some... I'm thinking some slabs. Not slabs. What are they called? Blackstone stairs. A ring of blackstone stairs. Where the... what are these called? Deep slate tiles. Reach the top. I think that'll be good. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oop. Oop. And we can even go in and probably choose polished blackstone brick stairs. And if we top it off with some of these, I think that'll look good too. Probably that many. And we'll put the rest into those. Here we go. Rockets are for later. Because you never know when you need the rockets. Okay, so I'm thinking, which is a dangerous hobby, but still. Boom. Come on, please don't do this to me today. Today we're up to mischief. We don't want to be falling off at things all day today. If we go ahead and we put one of those there and there, and then we go one there and put these around the wrong way. But it does look good. It does not look good from this side. Okay, if we swap that around the other way, which was how it was supposed to originally be, which is good. Okay, so if we go ahead and we go back up and we try this again. There you go. And there you go. Remove that. Dum dum. One there and one there. So that'll be good for all of our edging. And we'll be able to put some designs in here. We could actually go with some copper and bring that copper right back in. Let's grab that. Because we want all of our pig snouts. And we can come along and do that for all of this. Can we reach it from here? Yes, okay, that's awesome. Up. We get up? Yes, okay. Up. Up. Uh-huh. There we go. Ta-da. So that immediately just draws everything to be a bit more close together, I think. And I think that works. So we'll be able to go ahead and put those in. And perhaps I'm thinking an end cap of copper rather than putting copper all the way around. So, also, the cool thing about the D&D thing, like, I don't, like, on one hand, they didn't stick entirely to the lore of D&D, which, granted, I'm sure a lot of peeps out there were like, oh my goodness, so much lore was abandoned. Which, fair to them. But on the other hand, they sort of looked at it from an outside's perspective, or from what I considered an outside perspective, and was like, okay, awesome. What makes logical visual sense? And they maneuvered it and twisted it and were like, okay, yeah, we can have this creature, which normally people can't turn into, and they can turn into it. Or this thing can happen. Or these things happen when these things happen. And it was really interesting. There you go. Oh wait, we actually have a bed by this. Why am I coming here? I totally forgot about that. Why am I hearing a baby zombie? Is there a baby zombie under my toes? Oh my goodness, I think there's a baby zombie under the toes. Okay, we're going to just back away slowly and pretend it never happened. Ever. Do not like baby zombies under the toes. This is a bad thing. No. It never happens. Okay, so. Right, where were we at? Ah! Who shoots? No. There we go. That's you. We don't have to worry. Unless I did hear a skeleton? No skeleton? No, but spider. Okay, we don't have to worry about spiders because it is daytime and spiders never show up in daytime. So we're fine. Okay. So pick up one and then a two. And we can get this one too, I think. Apparently we can't. But we can do it if we go like this. Or we can just fall down. Both are reasonable. It is apparently how you work things. Why? Apparently it is not how you work things. Apparently you're just supposed to move the scaffolding every time and pretend that is the obvious way to do things because apparently that's just how life works. Forget anything else. It's just logic. Never mind. Hi, cow. Okay. So there we go. Okay, that is still not looking amazing. I'm thinking that we might have to go in and put in a definite lineup of something, like perhaps another row of deep slate bricks or something, and that should be good. Yeah, I think coming in with a line of deep slate bricks will definitely help. Or perhaps changing where we're putting the keyholes of endstone, because this is not really it. We could put the keyholes just directly in between the pillars and then keep the rotational symmetry, which honestly, while it would be harder, I think long term it probably would be better. So let's do that then. Okay. Then we can go up when you move that up. So one of the things when you're dealing with rotational symmetry is like, okay, do you do it on the quarters? Do you do it on the halves? How do you do this rotational symmetry? Rotational symmetry is a pain, especially when you're not cutting it by quarters or by eighths. Like, when you're cutting it by quarters or eighths, then you're like, oh yeah, this is fine. But everything else is just like, why? Why do I do this to myself? Because then you have to work out fractions and stuff. And that is the wrong block. Okay, where is the right block? Where have I put it? There I have put it. So we'll slap that there. And grab you on the way down. Oh! Okay, there we go. Yeah. Okay, so if we're putting it one every time, that should be good. But I'm thinking if we're putting it one every second time, then we can actually add the keyhole where the thing dissipates. Hey Jones, are you coming up? Hi. What you up to? Oh, you're wet. Oh, that's gross. Oh, yeah, come on up. Hi, Jones. Hi, yeah, hi. Okay, so I'm thinking if we go ahead and... Oh. Okay, see you later, Jones. And we go ahead and we still keep up with the pig snout carved bricks. That should be fine. And in fact, I think it's probably it's definitely the better option. And if you go ahead and we'll cover up that, and what we'll do is we'll knock out... Oh, hold up, Jones. Yeah, come on. Come on. There, it's your chair. Here you go. Here, come on, buddy. Okay, here you go. The Jones is being a mischief. Come on. Yeah, hi. It's being a total mischief, getting into all sorts of places. Yeah? Where's your chair? What you up to? Hey? Hi. No, Jones, off there, go on, my computer is not a safe place, thank you. Good boy. Okay. Catastrophe avoided. Okay. Bum. So if we fill in this, then we have a area smooth to work with. And we'll be able to poke out the holes and everything will be fine. And so that just leaves there and these spots to work with. Oh my goodness, Joe's getting up to all the mischief today. I mean... He's been up to getting into places he shouldn't be in all morning. He's been poking his nose into things and running around with things. Being a total mischief cat. You know, these almost look like, what are they called? Buttresses, but in reverse. Quite cool. Okay. And if we go ahead and we fill in this, that'll be good. And that should leave us with the ability to poke holes wherever we feel like with impunity. And boop, 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 and a boop, set a boop, Can we get a boob? There we go. Much better. We're on. We got it? Okay, there we go. So I think the hard part here is the fact that we're using so much black means that we're going to have a little bit of an issue with the whole evil lair feel to this, especially because it's going to be so tall. So we're going to have to use a bit more green than what's happening here so that it doesn't give off that evil lair, evil villain vibe. Because if we end up with an evil villain vibe, that's not quite ideal. Because greens of well, not greens, blacks can sometimes give that vibe off, even if you're not meaning it to. And that can be a pain to try and deal with. Come on, up the scaffolding. Thank you. There we go. Awesome. And so when you're trying to get rid of that evil villain vibe, it's like, okay, well, we now have an evil villain's lair. What's easier? Do we stop it being an evil villain's lair, or do we like rip half of it out and make it a totally new building halfway through? Kind of like, oh jeez. So this one should be 2 of these. The crouch? Yes, we can. Great. We apparently can't stop though. Never mind. Like that there. And we good? Got everything? Yes, we have. Okay, there we go. And we have the bed over here. Sweet. So, we should be able... I'm thinking if we go and put copper blocks on top of everything, on top of the snout, or halfway between each snout. Between is a word now. Between is absolutely a word. We can live with between. So if we grab the ones that are here, and we mix those with the ones that we've already collected, I think that'll be good. And I think that should give us at least half a stack. Hey, Jones. Or not? Not sure we had half a stack of waxed copper. Okay, apparently not. We can live with that. Can we? Aha! Okay. If we're going here, we can just... We cannot parkour that! Like, we cannot. Okay. Scaffolding is the way to go. All hail the scaffolding. We love you very much. You are deeply appreciated. And all of that other rot that comes along with it. Nope. That one is definitely the one we want to go with. It seems. And we don't want to deal with that. That should give us the general idea on where we want the copper. Doopy. Although, we could actually, by now that I'm thinking about it, we could actually go ahead and put up generalized, what's the word? Scaffolding areas? Is that how you put it up? Scaffolding areas? For the areas that we're regularly coming to? Like here? Hello? I bring scaffolding and a block. Can we reach there? We cannot? Okay. I to bring more scaffolding and another block. Because I'm pretty sure we're going to be coming back with more blocks and more scaffolding. I'm not entirely sure, but hey, there we go. And this is probably too short. Are you a cow or an illager? You are a cow. We are fine. I have no quarrel with cows. I have many quarrels with illagers. I think this is definitely the way to do it. Okay. Oh. And a ball. Okay, yes. Yes, we got this. This is the way. We know the way. Okay. Okay, this one's definitely going to be tricky because no matter which way we swing it, we're going to have, if we go there, it's not. If we go there, it's also bad. So if we go a 1 and a 2 and then we stick that one. That was not what we needed to do. We needed to go a 1 there. And then that is what we needed to do. There we go. Perfect. Done. Awesome. So we're going to need to be putting some fanciness in between this because otherwise it's not going to look so great. Hey, that is future Spelling's problems. Not mine. I'm sure one day future Spelling is going to look back on present Spelling and be like, oh boy, future present Spelling, you have a whole lot of answering to do. I do not think present Spelling will really care because time travel is impossible right now. And that's really the definition of not my problem. It really must be. Right? When it's put it off, let it be future Spelling problem, and time travel isn't a thing, so therefore, not my problem. Right? It's gotta be right. Surely. It's either that, or one day there's gonna be big problems. Yeah, surely. Surely that's how it works, right? I hope it's how it works. Okay, yeah, I think this one's right. Okay, so now I'm thinking if we come in with some Viridium, that's this block here, and we go 1 block there and then 1 block there. So it's basically shrinking in towards the copper. We'll get like this bright wavy line, and I think that'll look good. We just have to find where it's gone. Because it's not in the backpack. Okay, first off, let's check these ones here. No? No. No, we need that copper. We desperately need that copper. We're not desperately seeking Susan or anything, we just need the copper. Thank you. Nope. Hey, nice. I did not know that was there. I am happy to find out that that's there, and we will take these pumpkin seeds that are not needed and put them in the composter. And for those that don't know, all of these pumpkins are planting blocks. Basically, they're for future roads. And the emerald blocks are for buildings and things like that. So we're able to start to see a general idea on what this place is going to look like long term. Oh, thank goodness. I thought I was going to put us in the water for a moment there. So fingers crossed, long term, we're going to end up with a interconnected roadway through here, with this building here being the main focal point, along with a fountain or a statue or something like that. And I think that should look good. Okay, Viridium. It's around here somewhere. I hope. Otherwise, we are facing the prospect that we may have run out. If that is the case, then maybe we will switch to something like copper? And we'll have to switch the full blocks for something like emerald, which, oh, that is shiny. Oh dear, oh dear. I'm sure we have it somewhere. And then, okay, nothing in there. There we go. Okay, we're sorted. Hello, sweet, sweet stacks of things. Okay. Yeah, this is starting to look good. We'll also, after we add this, knock out the bits that we want for everything else. Okay. One. There. That's the wrong place. There we go. Perfect. So now we get something like that, which I think is a good backdrop for what we want. And we'll be able to add the end stone cutouts now. Because one of the things we can do is we can go and pop out the block behind the viridium. And we can also go and pop out here. I think actually that would look good. Although that is actually quite large. So perhaps just there. And then there. And then possibly there. Okay, let's try that. Going to need to stand back and knock this down. We can see what's actually going on, because if we have all this hanging around, then we won't actually be able to see. Okay, so we've got some poking and we got some poking, and we can just see the cutouts with the thing. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's good. I think that's what we want. And now all we need to do is we need to go around the rest and do that for everything else. And it should be good. After we steal our beat again. Don't tell me I'm too far away. That's not how it works. Okay. Hopefully. And then one there. And then we go and remove this block. But it's the right block, right? Yes, it's the right block. Okay, we're still on track. We have the right block removed. That is all that matters in this case, I think. As long as we keep removing the right block at the right time in the right place. Is that how it works? Yeah, I'm sure it's how it works, right? Right? There we go. Oop. And then we're also removing... Which block was this? You know what? We're just removing the ones above the piglins. 1, 2. Oh, just the one? Okay. If we go up here, we can actually go and slurp up all of these blocks so that we can use them at a later date, because that is always some sort of logic, right? Okay. Yep, this is looking good. I can agree with this. This looks good. Awesome. We've got one there, one there, one there, and one there. Cut that out. Should be good. Remove the top 2 blocks there. Yep. That out. Oop. Oop. Okay. We've actually got this going. We have a plan. So I'm thinking that with this, yeah, I think this is looking good. I think we might want to put like a stair at the top. Oh, not a stair, not a stair. I was gonna say, we could put a stair at the top of these walls, these deep slate tile walls, and that would look pretty good. But I'm thinking that that would be a bit, like just a bit much. But on the other hand, I'm thinking that the deep slate cobblestone is also very samey in this much, even with the patterning. So maybe we'll put in a line of either black stone or something polished, and I think that'll look good. There. Okay, there we go. And this, if we just remove this one, that should be fine, right? Yep, there we go. Then we're removing this one. I think that's the same one as this one, right? Oh, it's not. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Can we even see it from this side? Oh, no, we can't. Okay. I think what we'll do is we'll do it like that. Nope. I think we took out the wrong block because we want the block here to show, but not those ones. Yeah, okay, there we go. So, I think after this, yeah, we'll definitely put like a row of... So if we do that now, let's see how this looks. There you go. 1, 2, 3. We can test that out. Yeah, this is what we need. This is what we need. Okay. We got this. Oh. And we also missed a spot. This is why we check things. Okay. There we go. And we got not one there. One there. And one down a little bit more. One there. Okay, so that's sorted out. And I think that is just enough for this. That is the perfect amount. Okay. We got our stuff. That is good. So we're going to need to come back around later on and fill in the rest. But I think for now, what we'll do is we'll just make sure that we grab everything else and make sure we fill in the rest as we go. And I think that'll be good. And 2, and 3, and 4. There we go. 1, 2. Boom, boom, boom. also really nice. Like, it's really nice to have a movie that's actually just like a movie. On one hand, D&D is based off pre-existing stuff. Like, it's got books and stuff. And some of the books are really great, and some of the books are not so great. But it was really great to see something that felt new and original, rather than, congratulations, here's Marvel's probably 42nd movie or something like that. 40th, 50th movie in a row. It feels like so much has happened, and you need to watch all of these other things involved now. And you need to get Disney Plus. Don't forget Disney Plus. You need Disney Plus as well, because everything else is involved with that. So it was really nice. Or yet another superhero film, even though this one's sort of a superhero film if you really think about it in a sort of weirdish way. Like, it was a honest to goodness fantasy film, rather than living out your fantasies film. And we forgot a book. Like, I think the last time we had a mainstream-ish fantasy film that wasn't like urban fantasy that I can think of, like, that really kind of hit mainstream media over here, was Eragon. And ooh, like that was a book. That the book was definitely better than the movie, but that's pretty still par for the course, I think. Like, congratulations. The movie misses out on a lot of character development opportunities and all sorts. But I think, oh, wait, why does this not do things? Aha, there we go. One of those is doing that. Oh. Okay, there we go. And last but not least, not sure if I've done this one right or wrong. No, I must have done this one right. Surely right. Okay. We got one there, and then one there, and then boom, and boom. Okay. And doop. Yep. There we go. Okay. And then doop, doop, doop. And then that'll be the next pillar. Okay, okay. Also, they really did really well with characters and using the literal book devices. There we go. There's a word I can use. Devices like the hero's journey. So you ended up with people that were going through some really amazing character arcs. And like, whether it was learning to trust or things like that. And you don't usually see so much of that in some media. Like, it's pretty amazing to see all of that happening, especially because these are things that are tried and true, and when they're thrown away, you end up with things that aren't so amazing. Oh, we forgot some bits. There we go. So basically, for those of you who don't know, the hero's journey is a storytelling archetype where you have a person. It could be a boy, could be a girl, could be the kind of person it is. It doesn't matter. It could be an old wizard. The type of character it is, it doesn't matter. All that really matters is that at the start of the story, they've been called upon to achieve something. Or they're trying to do something and they've been called upon to do this thing that's getting in the way of doing whatever they want to do. And basically, they don't want to do it because it's going to make the be put in the way of what they want to do. Or if they're not doing something. Let me up, please. Thank you. Or if they're not doing anything particular, then it might be a personality flaw. And usually it's the first one. It's a personality flaw. Sometimes it's let me up. I guess we're going scaffolding today. So, when people are going ahead and writing these, usually they put in personality flaws. Like, take Star Wars: A New Hope. Or heck, even Star Wars as a whole. Because each one of those movies encompasses a hero's journey, and then, or I should say, the original trilogy. Because the prequels actually take Star Wars, or take a hero's journey in reverse. But let's focus on the original trilogy for now. So in A New Hope, you have Luke Skywalker, farm boy extraordinaire who wants to go join the Empire's flight academy, right? Then along come these droids, and these droids are like, oh, come and meet Uncle Ben. Or, well, Obi-Wan Kenobi, because he's the rebellion's only hope. And Luke's like, alright, I guess, I suppose. It's the right thing to do. So, he gets sent. He goes off. And he's like, oh, I guess. And when he meets Uncle Ben, he's like, okay, yeah, my job's done. Sure, whatever. And when he goes and he realizes what's happened to his aunt and uncle, he's like, oh no, the Empire actually is bad. Well, I kind of knew it was bad, but it was my best option, so I actually do need to go. And so he decides he'll go with Uncle Ben. And so they go to Tatooine. They go to Mos Eisley. And that's the start of him accepting the journey to go and be a... Did I drop? Oh my goodness, I dropped a thing! That's basically how he ends up on his hero's journey. Granted, along the way, he ends up hitting most of the highs and lows. Like, congratulations, you get tempted about joining the dark side. Yes, you hit the darkest hour of being a hero. Yeah, that's also on the hero's journey. And basically, the part of the hero's journey is actually returning home and realizing that, oh, you're not the same as you were before. I'm different. I'm stronger. I'm someone else now. And that's an important part. And I think that's something that's really cool about the hero's journey, because it's a reflection about us as people, because you go off and it's actually applicable to just normal life, because you go off into college, you go off into university, you go off wherever you go. And then when you come back to, I don't know, your childhood home or the city that you used to be in. Is this the right block? Did I break I broke the right block. That's good. That is not the right block. But when you come back, you're like, oh, no. I'm not the same person as I used to be. And the hero's journey and stories that use the hero's journey are like, yeah, you did it, but so did not Han Solo, Luke. So did Leia. So did Harry Potter. I think, yeah, Harry Potter sort of did a hero's journey. It was mixed up within a lot of other things. Who else can I think of off the top of my head? A lot of Percy Jackson books definitely use hero's journey stories. Movie-wise, Indiana Jones doesn't really use the hero's journey archetype. Okay, yeah, I'm thinking that this is definitely the way to go. Okay, so now that we've got that middle layer sorted out, now we can work on the next layer, and I think that'll be good. And also, I think mixed up in there is a lot of like those teen high school type movies. And I think they sort of take the idea of the hero's journey and use that as well. Because it's like, oh yes, I've arrived at this new school and nobody knows me. They don't usually have a mentor unless it's like a new friend, I think. But it still sort of fits. And by doing that, it takes the hero's journey and kind of modernizes it, which I think is interesting. Okay, so I'm thinking what we'll do for this layer is we'll do every second one, and we'll put in some blackstone, and we'll go one, like this. And by modernizing it, it makes it much more accessible than, I don't know, the Odyssey. Because with the Odyssey, you had Odysseus coming back from the Trojan War and him running into all sorts of problems on the way home. And at almost every moment, he had the chance to turn back or basically be a total dick. But in that, he, most of the time, granted, everyone's human, so, and I'm also only halfway through the Odyssey, so I leave my reviews for later. However, it seems to be following a similar pattern to your standard hero's journey. And you have people following, basically, he's like, oh no. At the beginning, he's basically like, oh no, we can't go home. We've been cursed by the gods. Following that, and then he gets basically told that, oh yep, you have an oracle, and you can go home, but you will receive many trials and tribulations, and most of you will die. And he's like, wait, what? we can go home. And his crew's like, we can go home. Wait, most of us will die? That's the bit the crew focuses on. And so... Oh no, wait. I got ahead of myself. They don't find out about the unaliving until much later. They set sail and end up tossed about on the waves because they're like, yay, we can go home. Because, well, who wouldn't want to go home? After being in great battles of many places. So, he goes and sets sail. And ends up, basically, in many horrible situations. And he's like, you know what? Can we give up now? Can we really, really give up now? And it's his shipmates that are like, yeah, no, I have a wife. I have a child. I have a farm. We're not giving up. No thanks. And so he's like, oh, are you sure? We've had some really horrible stuff. And they're like, yeah, no. Yeah, no. No. That's just not on Odysseus. And he's like, well, bother. Okay. Okay. Bored. And so it ends up being this whole thing where when he wants to give up, his crew are like, yeah, no. And when his crew wants to give up, he's like, yeah, no. And they have each other's backs. That being said, they end up doing some pretty terrible stuff. Which I'm not sure if it was, like, between... Because with the Odyssey, it was okay back then. Like, I'm not sure if it was okay back then, or whether it... a cultural thing, or what. Because it was written in ancient Greek times, so it's like, wait. And also on that, there's also written into it things like when they go to the Cyclops, because this is where the story of Mr. Nobody busy talking to the Cyclops comes in, because it's a pun on Odysseus and his name. Because he's like, oh yes, I forgot what he called himself, but he's like, you know what, let's just call him Odyssey for now. Because even though that's not what the right name was, it's semi-close. But he was like, I'm Odyssey. And the Cyclops, when he got blinded, was like, I'm looking for Odyssey. And all the other Cyclopses laughed at him because he was saying, I'm looking for nobody. And that's where it comes from. Oh, we should put up... of all the times to be an Enderman. Okay, if we get the chance to have sea lanterns, we should replace it. Oh, I think I know where we can get a couple of sea lanterns to try this out. If we munch this, and then, don't have many rockets. Actually, let's just double check our chest. But anyways, one of the things that was very implicit in the storytelling was how people had hospitality. So if people were invited to share food and things like that, the rule of hospitality was that you didn't stab the other guy. So people were expected, and the rule was acknowledged in the story that, okay, they're sharing each other's food. Haha, we have sea lanterns. Okay, which one's Silky? Not you. We want you. Okay. So, with people sharing food and stuff, what else can we leave behind so that we can... No, we don't want lettuce. Okay. So, with people sharing hospitality and stuff, they were actually able to know, yeah, this guy ate our food. He ain't gonna stab us. We're good. We're fine. We're Gucci. Okay, so that gave us 4 sea lanterns. That's not great. Okay, can we get any others? I think there's another one down around here somewhere. We could just teleport to random shrines that we have. I'm sure that there was another one around here. Oh well, we have 4. We can try it out and we can see how we like it. Or we can save these for a rainy day. Saving them for a rainy day is probably the better option, honestly. But we put those in there and we will keep those for later. And we will just have to remember that they're there. That's the important part. But anyways, this food sharing and hospitality meant that, you know, you knew that that person was safe and they weren't going to stab them, and it was really good. And it wasn't something that was written. It was obviously something that, for the storytellers, everyone knew. And it was something really, really cool. We need to bring this across. There we go. Oh, and boom. Okay. And there. Okay, so I'm thinking this should be good. If we just come down and I think at this point we can land on here. Yeah, this is looking good. Maybe actually a bit busy. Well, let's take it from down over here. Not entirely sure. No, actually, I think we're good. Okay, wait. Let's just grab these. Just so we don't run out. Pop and pop. It's stuff like that that I find really interesting that has managed to survive to modern... left a cave under here or something. It's stuff like that that's really interesting that survived to modern storytelling methods. It's either that or basically being what's the word? It's got a word and I forgot it. Oh. Oh. Here we go. Having it exist with people like being recreated in the human consciousness. Here we go. Because of the fact that stories are one of the big ways that humans communicate. So with humans going ahead and... Wait, is this... makes things like that really important and special. Especially when you get stories that are passed down. It makes it pretty big, I think. Boom and boom. Okay, there we go. Because when you have stories that stand the test of time, okay, granted, some of them are stories that have managed to be paid by the word, and so that they're like a million words long and could be due for an editor to come along and say, Wait, no. Who did this? Who did this? What is this shenanigans? That could be for both the story and this ridiculousness. No. This is not to be done here. No. Ah! Okay, we need to redo all of this. This is not on. No. But also, by the way, I'm talking about Charles Dickens. The fact that that man was paid by the word is ridiculous. Like, could you imagine if any of the big authors got paid by the word today? We'd end up with manuscripts that you'd need to slam down on a table and turn with a forklift. Oh my goodness. That'd be insane. Either that, or there'd be Guinness Book of Record attempts for the longest book ever written. There probably is a Guinness Book of Record attempt for the longest book written. I'm not sure. Or published or something. Because, honestly, geez, some books are just ridiculous lengths. Okay, so, 1. Let's fix this ridiculousness. There we go. Dodge. Plant. Okay. Dodge and plant. Okay, there we go. Mistakes fixed. We're also going to need to light this area up pretty soon because there be mobs. Sharp, much point, much stab. Not great. Elliot. Doop. Okay. Doop. Let's grab a slurp. Lovely. Oh, and he's got pants. Kind of jealous. And how's our guys over there doing? Oh, they look fine. They're fine. They're doing good. We need a Frank. Doop. Okay, there we go. Everything is fixed again. Lovely. That means that we will be able to return. Brilliant. Okay. We were over here? Yes. Okay. One of those. It's the right spot? Yes. There we go. Oh. No. Let me return to where I came. Also, oh, we're out of Viridium. Oh, this is a sad time indeed. Okay. Wait, do we have any more? Can we put the small chiseled stuff through the cutter? Please tell me we can. That would be good. Where did we put the Viridium? Okay, can we put all of this through the cutter? Please tell me we can put this through the cutter. Otherwise, we're going to have a sad time indeed. Hey, shoveler. What you up to? Good to know. Doop. Yeah, it does sound like the ground growls. Ground growls. Interesting phrase of word. Oh, this is good. Okay, we want cut polished. Cut polished Viridium. Brilliant. Okay. We also may be out of copper sooner than expected, which is not ideal, I will admit. Okay. Yep. So it may be the fact that I might have to come in after stream and slap these in. Or maybe we'll have enough? Unsure. No? Why isn't that correct? Oh, I see. Yep. I'm kind of thinking. Because part of this world is that it has a story. And this town is... town? City? Not sure. Is going to be a very large producer of crops and growing things. So I'm thinking that we're going to have a lot of open fields and things like that. So we're going to be removing wrong spot. We're going to be removing a lot of the trees behind us. And we're going to be putting in fields and things like that. And I'm thinking, instead of actually having them, like, the fields go over there, I'm thinking that we have them integrated into the city and stuff. So that it's a sort of... still wrong spot. So it's a... sort of like an eco-city. So we still have that general... semi-medieval feel with the Victorian-esque architecture. But we have the whole fantasy colour scheme going on. So it won't feel so off. That is this 1, 2, and then the block. 1, 2, block. Yes, okay. And then 1 there. Okay, cool. And I think that'll be good. 1, 2. Block. Yes. Block. Brilliant. A block. And a block. Yes. Okay. So in the end, I'm really hoping that we'll get a lot of integrated farms and things like that. So it all mixes together. And it doesn't feel like, oh yes, we have farms there and wood chopping there and things like that. And do we have like 4 pieces of copper that we can just nab? We have 1, 2, 3, and we'll nab 1 that's almost ready. Okay, there we go. So that'll mean that everything should feel like it's just mixing together and feeling like it's more lived in rather than, oh yes, we work here, we play here, and we go there. Rather than we ramble wherever. And I think that should work. Wait, did we not need this block? What? Oh, no, there we go. There we go. Okay. So that block should age very well. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Brilliant. Now what we need to do, we need to extend this up. And then I think all we need to do is we need to put an edging on this. And then we have the balcony to do. And then if we want, we can put a top. I'm not entirely sure if I actually want a top on this anymore because it's kind of like already very tall and it's got a nice lookout. So we could actually just put like a dome type situation on and I think that'll look good. So if we just alley-up, because if we put like a, what's it called? Like a band rotunda up here, that would look very good. Ooh, Ooh, we are going to need to chop down a lot of birch. Because if we use birch for what's the word? Doop, doop. Hi. Prepared, pal. How you going? Doop, doop, doop. So, I'm busy working on encasing our pumpkin and melon farm here. Doop, doop. Oh, very great, Scud. Yeah. This has been done using Create. So it's multiple stacks and then everything funnels into here, which is an item vault. How do we? Oh, yes. And then this is a villager trading hall. And this isn't the main base. It's another area. So what kind of stairs do we have on hand? We have deep slate tile stairs. Yeah, deep slate tile stairs will work well with this. Oh, well, on one hand, I've only just moved to daylight saving time, so I'm an hour out. So that might have something to do with it, and I'm not particularly well known, which also may have something to do with it. And also, a lot of people that come and join just like to lurk, which I'm totally chill with. They're welcome to. So basically, I figure if we go ahead and these are the wrong stairs. There we go. So I figure if they want to lurk, they're welcome to lurk. If they don't want to lurk and they want to talk, they are also welcome to talk. And there we go. So I figure what's going to be happening is we're going to be putting in a stripped birch floor. And then from there, because what we can do is with stripped birch floor, we can just rip out the trees that we don't want to keep. And with the trees we don't want to keep, we can go ahead and, what's the word? Repurpose them on the floor. And it'll also be in keeping with everything else. That is the wrong place for that. That needs to go there. There we go. And hopefully no spleefing. We do not like spleefing in this place. Well, not to ourselves. We can do it to other people. And let's go there and then there. And then if we go like that, that'll block everything off so we don't see it. And like, on one hand, we do get people coming back on a regular, so that is a good sign, I think. So, it was talking. So basically, the general idea of this build is going to be a sort of watchtower. This one is going to need to be here, and then here. There we go. Oh, I'm in UTC plus 12. New Zealand time zone. So, what it means is, I'm 12. Yeah, I get. So it's summer for me right now. Well, it's not summer anymore, I should say. No longer summer. Sad times all around. Okay, how are we looking for these stairs? Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, it's tomorrow for me. I live in the future. It's great. And that is looking pretty scungy, and we need to change it. Yeah, it's tomorrow for me every day. And so, which is another reason why I think it gets a bit tricky for people, because I'm like, oh yes, I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And everyone else is like, you mean Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday? And I'm like, yeah, that too. And everyone's like, you're weird. So I totally get why people get confused. Okay, that works. We can work with this. This one I'm a little bit unsure about. Okay, so we need to change that up a little bit. We can make it like this one over here, so we're not seeing the black, but it's still just a... Yep, we're good, we're good. This is what I get for being off in La La Land. Yep. At least we need this terrain all flattened. So the creeper is doing my job for me. That is the bright side. The creeper is doing our job for us, I think. Yeah, the creeper is absolutely doing our job for us. Right? Yeah, it's totally it. Totally it. Yeah, perfectly fine. Okay. It's like... Also, one of the things is, you're never sure if someone else is in daylight savings or not. So you're like, okay, I'll put this time down for another time zone when you're typing out other time zones is things. And then you gotta add the date. And then a whole bunch of other things. And then you're like, oh, wait. Are they in daylight savings? Did I do this correctly? Kinda. And it doesn't always work. They'll be fine. I will not. Yeah. Brilliant. Lovely. So that gives us this. We can put that there. I think we shan't worry about having those cornery bits because of the angle everything's going to be stared at. We won't worry about it because it's going to be really far off for everyone. And it's not as if we have creative fly mode. But we can just chill and not worry. Because that's an important thing that I don't think everyone actually gets behind often enough when it comes to building, is the trouble to appreciation ratio. Like, will I appreciate this detail later on? If the answer is yes, then do it. If the answer is no, why are you doing it? And especially if it's in, like, your own builds. Like, not for YouTube or whatever. Like, if it's in YouTube and you... What is this? What is this? Who did that? Was that me? Did I do that? If it's in your own builds, then hold yourself to whatever standard you think is applicable. And I think that is the important factor. Like, yeah. If you push yourself and push yourself and push yourself, and you get amazing builds, but then you really, like, don't like how you push yourself for the builds at the end, then I don't think it's worth it. But on the other hand, flipping the coin, if you pushed yourself and pushed yourself and pushed yourself, and you got the most amazing build, and you feel really proud of yourself for it, and this is not going to work because we have things. We're going to have to do it this way. No, that'll still not work. Yeah. Because, like, if you end up, this is still not the way. Like, because on the other hand, if you stay in your comfort zone, you do end up just staying there and like building with just your same materials or your same designs for basically forever. So pushing yourself is a good thing in general, to an extent, because, like, for me, I ended up until last year not even going and fighting the Ender Dragon or getting quartz or any of those really cool blocks, because I was like, yeah, I'll stay in my comfort zone, I'll build with stone and all of the other really standard overworld blocks, because I don't feel like fighting blazes or piglins or any of that, because I didn't feel comfortable doing that. I was just like, yeah, this is it for me. I'm just gonna stay like this, and I can live like this, and it's fine. So yeah, like, learning when you're able to push boundaries like that, I think is a good thing. And we did this wrong. That is better, and that needs to move there. Those are the wrong blocks. There we go. And I think I'm really grateful that that happened, because doing that meant that, well, 1, Blackstone. 2, it led to doing this. And also, it made me fall in love with modding again, because I didn't realize how much I missed modding. Oh, great, I think we're 1 block out. Are we 1 block out? Oh no, that side's good, and this side is also good. Okay, we're good. Okay, now I think we are going to need to empty our hands and as much of everything as possible, because we're going to need to fill up all of this area with a whole bunch of birch. But bright side is, we actually still need to we need to get rid of birch anyway. If we just empty as much as possible into everything. Right. Umbrella. Okay. Also, we're playing an Enderman. We've got the Origins mod. Raine is pain. Where did that shulker go? There we go. Okay, got some room. We can do things. Or we could sleep. There we go. Like, ability to go ahead and learn to change what the bits about what you're willing to change about yourself or want to change about yourself is one of the very important steps to actually going and doing things. Because if you can't do that, then why? Because as human beings, oh, there's a beehive. Ooh. Because that's part of being able to stand up and say, I am me. Not anyone else's image of me, just me. And if you're strong enough to do that, you're probably the strongest person you know. Don't count. And yeah. Because if you're able to stand in a room of people you know and don't know and say, I'm me without any of your guys' influence, and say, I'm me no matter what you guys say, then yeah. Personally speaking, like, I'm no guru. I'm just a random internet person. I think that is peak human, personally, because I think, like, that's where, like, I know a lot of people get intimidated by that, because conformity comes, yeah, a lot of people are just, when it comes down to it, they're just them. But a lot of people, they go ahead and they're like, no, I'm a businessman, I'm a mum, I'm a father, I'm a whatever. Yes, you're all of that. But at the end of the day, you're just you. Nothing more, nothing less. And all those titles, they're subjective. They're made by the people around you. So, I don't know. I'm just a silly anime figure, spouting internet things. I didn't even take philosophy. I just have too much time to think. There we go. That should take probably 8, 9 stacks. I should have had this prepared before now. Never mind. Alien? Of course. But I think the good thing, yeah. The good thing about actually being a person is the fact that you're able to continue learning. Because, like, the way I see it, if you stop learning, you stop being able to actually, well, when you stop being willing to take in new stuff, that's when I think problems start. Because, like, when you stop taking in new stuff, like, you get stuck in your ways. And I think that's especially true for older generations. Because when they get stuck in their ways, it's like, but yes, that's how you did it. We're the younger generation now, and we have new things. We have new ideas that are becoming proven to work. They're not completely proven to work yet, but we're working on it. And also, you guys were alive before the internet began. So it's like, okay. Congratulations. And it really becomes quite a disconnect because everyone's just like, well, there becomes quite a talk on, well, is this the right thing? Is that the right thing? And then everyone ends up talking past each other and it's just like, well, that's not great. So that's 4 stacks. And especially when, like, it's actually important stuff you need to talk about because it's just like, well, I want to talk about this and you want to talk about that, but they're actually the same thing. Well, can we come to an agreement? No. Because apparently you think object A is actually object C. Well, I think this is actually probably too relatable for everyone. Although I do have a little bit of advice for that. What you do is you go away, you research old people things that's kind of semi-relatable to you, and then you come back and you go, is it like object A or object C? And then they're like, oh, I see. And then you're like, yeah, that's what I was talking about the entire time. Minus the sarcasm. Sarcasm doesn't go down well at that point. Usually it just ends up in a fight. But yeah, that's something that can sometimes work. About 6 out of 10 times. The rest of the time it's kind of like, no, that's not what object C is at all. What you're actually describing is object H. And then you're like, what the heck is object H? Does object H even exist? What did we hit? I don't know. There you go. I don't know. There was some random things. Some random things that existed in a mouth and then they came out of words. I'm sure someone out there may have enjoyed them or may not have. Can we reach there? Aha, we can. Our pearl throwing is getting amazing. Also, weirdly enough, I think, or not so weirdly, I think another thing for dealing with old people is keeping your temper. I think, or old people think having a calm temper is definitely the way to go. So you just keep the tongue bitten if they get annoyed, or everyone gets annoyed or they say rude things, and you let it out after the agreement has been made. Preferably when they're not in earshot so they can't renege on the deal. Also, disclaimer, this does not work with all adults in all situations, and I don't know if old people are counted as adults or if they're in a class of their own flora and fauna. Flora and fauna? Are adults flora flora or fauna? I forgot how that classification system works. If they're flora, are they plants? Or if they're fauna, are they plants? How does that one work again? Either way, falling down is not ideal. No, I think flora is plants and fauna is people. Yes, yes. I think I'm fairly confident on that one. Yes. So if we put adults in their own class of fauna, then that would mean that everyone else goes in their own. This sounds like logic to me. This does not sound like logic. I blame future spelling. I should not blame future spelling. Oh well. That is not a me problem, and I don't care. Okay, so I figure what we're doing here is we're coming along, and we can either go with a straight along pattern, or we can go with a herringbone pattern, like what we did there, or we can do it so that we're going 2 blocks this way and then 2 blocks this way. So it's giving us a checkerboard pattern. I'm thinking we'll go with a checkerboard pattern. So we're going 1, 2, and then we're going 1, 2. So we'll be doing this all the way through. And we don't do this. That is bad. We've got 1, 2, and then 1. And that goes there. So when we strip this, this will all just flow pretty well. Can we stick that together? Yes, we can. That's good. Okay. So if we go like this, this will give us a preview of what it'll look like. And that should look good. Okay. So we got 1, 2. Okay. So now this second row, we go the other way, and that will work. Then, oh. No, you do not live there. So, basically, I'm thinking... brain cells required at this point. Yeah, that'll look good. It's different to how does the wood impact the build? So basically, I'm using wood mainly as a flooring. We're probably going to have a bit of a problem at this point where things stick through. And I'm using the wood mostly for its texture and coloring. So, as you can see over here, we've got a herringbone texture on the lower floor where the villagers are. And then on this second floor, I've got a straight pattern. And this is going to be the top, or the walkway area. The main thing that we're going to need to worry about soon is actually going to be lighting, because of the fact that there's only a few torches involved, and that's going to mean that all the pumpkins are going to have problems. And speaking of which, we need to put one this way. Also, there is the fact that, you know, we're going to have problems with the amount of logs we use, because this uses a heck of a lot of them. because, well, it's kind of with par for the course. Where's a good spot to do this? I find, like, with doing logs, it's kind of tricky for me to remember where I do the pattern from, because I'm not great with log patterns, like remembering which way is which, unless I can actually see the pattern. Like, give me glazed terracotta any day over doing this, because this is tricky for me, because it's a more subtle pattern, whereas glazed terracotta, it's bright, it's in your face, you know which ways things, and while it's a rotational block and it can be, depending on how you're using it, it can be tricky to put down. This is a pain, but it's worth it. I mean, I think this definitely falls under it's worth it, even though it's a pain. Although, we do want to collect every block we can, because we don't have much, and we like our blocks. And we don't want to actually go and collect any more than we have to. Because chopping down these tall trees is a little tedious. Although, we could get out our tree chopper. It's like a little hand tool that we've got at our main... What just happened there? We've got it at our main base. I just don't have it here, because I was like, oh yeah, I won't be getting to this point today. But apparently I'm a busy bee and did. So, yay me. Apparently we are busy. That's that, and then we turn this way. Because heck, we could have actually gone and we could totally do glazed terracotta in sets. Like, maybe the green glazed terracotta inset would look good. Yeah. No, we're sidetracking. We are sidetracking. We need to put this down, because that is what we need to do. That is the planned job on this flooring, rather than doing anything else. And we can already see the shadows forming down there, looking all dark and gloomy and friendly. Totally friendly, those shadows. Absolutely. And, like, another thing that we can add to this build is, of course, a railing. And, of course, the band rotunda. That I think should be a good thing to add. And we can let those blocks fall down. They're fine to fall down. Because we don't need any planks. Oh, oh. Here we go. And then, so we've got another... This one will be going this way, so we've got two going this way. There we go. Oh, yeah. I will say goodbye. I assume. I assume that it is the time of sleep over there. Oh, yeah, that is definitely a sleep time. Oh, good night then. Yeah. Yeah, I tried to catch, who is it? Looney. And he's like super early for me. but he's like my favorite streamer, so it's like, oh my goodness. So I feel you. I feel you. See you. Okay. So basically from here, so we've got half of it done. So how much? Okay, I think we actually do have enough to get this done. This is great. Oh. No, that is... Where did we just put that pearl? How did we end up over here? That's incredible. Wow. Okay. Good pearl. That's some good pearl throwing. Okay. So, I figure if we go ahead and we organize ourselves, because now that we've got all of that, wait, is that a cow or a... No, that is a cow. Okay. I don't know why, but the cows always make me think that they're illagers, and I'm like, oh no, that's an illager. We're in trouble. But no, it's a cow. We're fine. And now that we've got all this decent stuff going on up here, we'll actually be able to just crash up here. Boom. And then we pick up our bag. How did we... I'm so confused. And then this one. Oop, oop. Oop. There we go. See you later, prepared pal. I'm glad I had made your night fun. Boop, boop, boom. Wait. I stream every, it would be Tuesday. No, Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday for you. Maybe see you again soon. Doop, doop. Now we need to remove all of this. Here we go. So, the way I figure is you do end up with a lot of birch. Like, birch is one of those really easy trees to grow. So, I figure we're going to end up with strands of birch just everywhere. And I think that's definitely something that we can add into this. Because, like, birch is just an easy tree to grow. Boom, 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 boom. And, like, after the trees that we're going to cut down, I figure we can actually go ahead and use a bunch of those logs so that we'll be able to have, you know, a feel of these are the trees of the area type feel. Because I think that's important. So we'll probably be stripping out a lot of these birch trees, but whatever we do, we cannot go close to that house over there because that spawns, that spawns illagers. Specifically, an illusioner. You know, the guy with the bow and arrow that was not allowed to actually join Minecraft? Well, this guy, he gives you blindness. He sometimes joins villager patrols. He's the worst. I don't like him. He's not fun. We should really pick on him at some point. Because, if nothing else, it's actually an interesting fight. And we should actually check if something like milk will work against his blindness, because it was... Like, they are interesting fights to get into. Not the most... Like, I am pretty averse to going up against fights like that. But it was interesting. It definitely was interesting. I'll give it that. There we go. Although trying to fight him in the dark, may not be very interesting for you guys. So, I don't know. We'll have to try it at some point. Do. And it's always a... Yeah, it's a redhead girl! No idea where the redhead girl came from, but there's a redhead girl on the screen. Oh. Pretty weird for there to be a redhead girl, eh? Definitely sometimes. Oh, there we go. Okay, floor is almost finished. How dark is it under here? Okay, that is, yesterday. I don't stream yesterday. That's not the day I stream. Well, yeah? I know it's April Fool's. It's still not a day I stream. I'm not following what you're meaning. Oh. Yeah, you're describing me. Yeah, red hair, black jacket, blue hoodie. Oh no, red hair. Yeah, that's all me. Is there an April Fool's tradition that I'm not aware of regarding black jackets and blue hoodies and things? We need to turn around this way. What is it, Dizzler? 2013. So 10 years ago. There we go. So now we got MCSM. I'm going to assume no, because I'm not aware of this acronym. What's it unacronized? Wait, do we have any watches in here? That's pretty good. Well, pretty impressive. Oh. Hello? Oh. It's pretty cool, I gotta admit, that you got kids coming around now that have literally grown up playing Minecraft. Like, their whole childhoods were Minecraft. Like, I'm rather hoping that this game keeps going and ends up being a game. I think the fact that this is modded kind of speaks for itself on that. What do you think? I mean, there's a sun. I think that says daytime. That is definitely a sun. It also burns us because we're staring directly into it. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at chat. Someone's talking, so I'm looking at chat. Okay, so we have the middle being 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Be about there. who do you think's talking? I personally think it's actually a ghost. Here we go. Lovely. Okay, so that's going to be the pillar of everything else. And then what's going to happen is... yes, this is spelling. Please leave a message after the beep. And we will get back to you with a comment sooner or later. You tell me why my profile's a circle. I'm sure that there's an answer in YouTube somewhere. Hello. Oop. And honestly, I don't think that this is the right place to be asking those questions. Yep. Now we have some of this. What do you mean? Yeah. Oh. And so, if we go ahead and do... Where is it? We just want some deep slate tile walls here. That's something we want. And possibly... Actually, we could have some fun with the chiseled black stone. Then... maybe something else? Actually grab a sleep before we do anything else, because, you know, good idea there. Oh, my days are going pretty good. You know, I've been landscaping this hill over here. Not sure if you remember how it was actually looking before, but now it's really... it's almost ready to be built on. Huh? Huh? No salads. No. No salads here. Okay, we've got 4 copper. We could use some of the mostly oxidized copper. So if we just grab a couple of these, and I think these will work. 3, no, we need 1 more. We're making this tower over here. So we're going to be adding a cap to it, and I think that'll be good. And right now we're building up the center, what do you call it? Pillar to it. Now, the only way we're actually going to be able to get up to it is going to be using elytra. So basically, you'll be able to fly in and be like, haha, we're here. But, deep slate tile walls, thank you. But that being said, we put those there, and we'll be going up every second block and putting in deep slate tiles. Oh, hey, Splay! Yeah. Get the thing go. we go. Why would I be? And so, basically, this will mean that it'll look like it has a bit more support. And it means that it'll just look a bit more solid. Not right now. Not right now. Right now, we're busy working on the build. And what we're doing is we are going ahead and we are making things look good. So now we've got the stone cutter and we can go ahead and chop some stuff up and get some more... where are they? Deep-slate tile. Brilliant. And we put that on the wrong side, but that's okay. You do not need to say, hey, spelling every time. It is the absolute definition of a wasted message. So if we go ahead and we put one of these here, and then we put one of these here, I don't know. What do you think? Considering the fact that I based my channel around it. What do you think, Splay? I think I've got it pretty in the bag. It's one of the things that... Yeah. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, so now from here it should start looking like it's being braced and things like that. There we go. Yep. Thanks. I'm thinking that we should put a brace through here, just so it actually looks a bit more stable. Okay, there we go. And I think once we finish this pillar, we'll work on the dome next time. And Elliot. So if we bring this up to here and this one up here. So that's gone from 1 to 2 to 3. So that should make it look like it's within a general same size, I think. So we should be good. And over this side, I think we're going to use the copper there, and then Elliot, copper there, and slap the last piece of copper there. And I think that should work. And I think that is where we're going to leave it today with... Oh no, wait. Oh, we forgot one last thing. Oh, that was almost it. That was almost it. One last thing. What I think we should do is go ahead and add a bunch of stairs to the bottom of this. And just go ahead and pop these like so. Although I think this one should be a tile wall. Just for one for a bit of colouring and two for a bit of depth. Because that makes this look a bit more secure. So that'll just make everything flow a bit nicer, I think. That is the wrong block. Right type of block, wrong actual block. And then I think maybe we can actually use some polished deep slate stairs instead of tile deep slate, because we've used a lot of tile deep slate everywhere else. So it's kind of like, oh yes, more tile deep slate. We need it everywhere. Okay, there we go. So I think with that, I will say goodbye and see you next time. So, bye! I hope you enjoyed.